and welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you so dearly for always supporting us. I really do appreciate. If today the first time you are coming across this wonderful family or you are seeing my face for the first time, I still remain Agatha Progress, bringing it to you back to back. Remember, we react to all videos and all opinion is highly needed. So just sit back and watch this video and I will be right back.
How the condition of the security situation we are into now. Now I'm talking to you, Governor, because I begin to see you as one that want to actually work with the grassroots. Now my advice this morning, I'm not making this video because I'm the best advisor, but I'm making this video because I know that when you fail to do things you ought to do, to make sure you carry the people along, and once you make that mistake, it's going to be very difficult for you to correct. And what is that mistake? People are now shouting, "Oh, Governor," and those who are telling you to do that, roll out ammo tank on Monday. Make sure sit at home every Monday. Sit at home. Stop. Make sure this one do. Roll out army. Roll out police. Let me tell you, sir. When you succeeded doing that, it will come to a point when the issue of police and army, soldier being on the streets, navy, will be affecting the common man. By so doing, you begin to create what is called enmity between your governance and the people you have come into the power to rule. And this is what the problem that Imo State governor is facing today. I am on ground. I cannot deny the fact that I don't know what is happening. I cannot deny the fact that I'm not seeing what is happening in Anambra. Yes, I do my business in Anambra. I live in Anambra. I run through the whole state in the eastern region. I visit Enugu, I visit Owerri, I go to Abia State, I go to Ebonyi, I visit Port Harcourt. I see and we begin to experience different kind of things when it had to do with security. Now, if you're on this platform, I will want you to touch this program to that Soludo TV, touch this to people, to different platforms they need to hear. Your Excellency, this video is particularly for you. I might not be worthy to give you advice on this area, but I want you to listen to me. Because most at times, good advice may not come from those men who you so believe that they have the security architecture. No, they might be seeing it from another wrong direction or perspective. But I'm speaking as one that has lived in Anambra, that everything I am doing, I have an establishment in Anambra, and I want to tell you, Mr. Governor, you must make a proper consultation within the state to enable you see or know the root cause of whatsoever issue that the state is going through now. Now, when you find out this, it will help you to know the foundation that you are working on. You don't just come up and begin to weed on the surface without going to the root to tackle what is bringing up the weed. Now, number one, you know, when you come to Anambra, everybody believes that Anambra is the father of the eastern region. And by the virtue of Ikemba Odimegwu coming from Anambra, and we know we have sons and daughters, Chinua Achebe, a whole lot of people has been on this struggle of liberating Igbo race, of liberating the people of the eastern region. A lot of people have been on this struggle. I will talk about the lives of Okadibo them. Chinua Achebe, then we'll talk about the lives of many of them. Will talk about Odumegwu Ojukwu and co. Now you will agree with me that Anambra shouldn't be a state that we should allow to suffer what Imo State is suffering today. That is why I am calling on you to trade carefully. Anambra is not just a state, but Anambra is a pillar that is holding the eastern region. Any mistake made on this Anambra, on this soil, this state, will affect every other state in East here, and it's not going to end well. So, Mr. Governor, don't just roll out army, roll out wisdom. Don't just roll out police, roll out knowledge. Mr. Governor, listen to me. In this particular issue, don't just roll out security personnel. I want you to roll out wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how to handle the issue that had to do with Anambra as a state. Roll out wisdom. Roll out wisdom. Don't just come up and begin to roll out security personnel, army with armor tank. No, Mr. President, Mr. Governor. roll out wisdom so that it will enable you to come up with a lasting solution to every issue that you have met as a governor now. Obiano has been there. He could not make good use to the fact that Anambra stand to be a state that when they do things right, every other eastern state will follow suit. He did not make good use of his time as a governor, a sitting governor in Anambra state, to actually affect the other state in eastern region. He couldn't do that because he failed to roll out wisdom. He failed to roll out knowledge. Now, at this point, how will this knowledge come, Mr. Governor? Yes, out of passion. The first place, where even while you were doing your campaign, you said once you are elected as a governor, that you are going to start your work, that your first visit will be in Oboko. You did that and everybody applauded you on that. Now, let me tell you, Mr. Governor, there is a lot of challenge in Anambra in the eastern region that most of us who happen to be in the state believe that you got to play a very smart and a wonderful role. Let me take you back. The time you make a call, the call you make, which is called Inzuko Umunna, posterity will always remember you on that note. You called the sons and daughters of all the Igbos, part of Tommy, them from Delta State, men who believe in the sovereignty of Igbo man, Igbo race. We are all together with you in that Inzuko Umunna. You guys made a deliberation. I would believe that deliberation was part of what led to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was 2017. And the federal government had also made a very terrible mistake by rearresting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now there is a position that has been given to you as a governor. I think you have a better position now to play another major role in making the people know that you are actually with them. Now, one of the reasons why you are elected to be the governor of Anambra State is not actually to receive allocation from Abuja. No, that is not one of the major things. One of the major reasons why you are in that orca is to actually make the people who owns the land feel the impact of their land. Let them feel the impact of their land. Let them be relevant in their own land. Mr. Governor, make the Anambarians to feel at home in Anambra. You can attest to it. Sorry, NEPA just took light. I had to go outside so that we can. Now, as I was saying before the light, before there was an interruption. Now, a whole lot of things has been happening. Now, you made a call. People came out, all the sons and daughters, all the sons of Igbo land that were recognized in Africa. I'm not talking about Nigeria as a nation. They came together to join hands with you in making a decision that was visible. Now that you are a governor, issue of security in this state should be handled very smartly and with what is it called? With diplomacy. Now, somewhere, Otam, he said, it is simple. Let me hear what Simon said. Let me just read out. He said, it is simple. Somebody just wrote something. He said, it is simple. It is simple. Since this Bassa don't want to come down, that's why the call you made for them to come out to join and build our region. I suggest that you traders, transporters, and business owners be given gun and wait for any idiot that will come to disturb our peace in the name of sit-at-home enforcement. Enough is enough. Now, sir, you just speak like a child. If you are given a gun to go on a front line, will you take it? Will you do that? This is not what we're saying. We don't want Anambra to look like Imo. That is why I'm making this call this morning. That let the governor, instead of rolling out armor tank, instead of rolling out gun, let him roll out what is called wisdom. There are knowledge that supersedes gun. There are understanding that is better than going for warfare. I am telling you, what is happening in Ukraine today could have been sought out at the table of understanding. But because the both side or one of the side is, is going is running without understanding. That is what led to what we are seeing today in Ukraine and Russia. So, what am I saying? Mr. Governor, this is the time you must roll out wisdom and understanding. Whosoever that is telling you that you should roll out gun, that you should roll out armor tank against those that you have taken oath to lead, that person is not giving you good advice. Because as it is today in Imo State, a whole lot of souls has been lost in Imo State. If we decide to go to war to bring to an end this issue of sit at home in Anambra State, both the ones that are enforcing the sit at home and even the ones that are not enforcing it with that, because if you count those that died in Imo State, 80% of the people, youth that died in Imo State has nothing to do with unknown gunmen. 80% of youth that died in Imo State has nothing to do with unknown gunmen. So, and that is why I'm saying this. We don't want the reputation of Imo State in Anambra. So, Mr. Governor, if you can hear me, roll out wisdom, roll out understanding. There is a root cause to the problem that we are facing today. Now, the best way to bring those issues down, to kill this matter, is to address the genesis of this matter. If you fail to address the genesis of this matter, the matter cannot be controlled. I am saying it with sincereness of heart. Whatsoever matter that is before you today, that is brought before you as a father or as a leader, what you should first and foremost do is to look at the cause of that matter. If you say, okay, let us forget because we want peace, and you don't want to tell Mr. A that he did wrong, or you don't want to tell Mr. B that he did wrong, because you want peace, you are shying away from saying the truth. The problem you are trying to solve will keep resurfacing. The best way to handle an issue is to come up and address that issue from the beginning, from the foundation. You all know that there is a reason why people began to say we are going to be sitting at home. Let me tell you something. If you are in Anambra, if you are in the eastern region, you'll agree with me that from 2015 to 16, there is nothing like sit at home in Anambra. People were coming out in the streets to protest. And when men and women came out to protest with their flag in their hand, they are being shot with gun, they are being killed. At that particular moment, we don't know anything like unknown gunmen. We have not seen people on the street harassing people with gun. We have not seen anything like unknown gunmen carrying cutlass or gun. If you are in the state of Anambra, 2015, 2016, 2017, both in Delta State, you will agree with me that we don't know anything that is unknown gunmen. It is when men who were coming out to protest on the street are being killed by the security personnel that men now begin to take another decision, another step. And that is what has given birth to what we are seeing today as an unknown gunmen. So that issue must be addressed. Now, when people say, okay, now we can't protest anymore, and the only way to protest is to sit at home, because if we should come outside with our flag, remember then, when people were going out to protest, they allow us to go to our business places, we open our shop, we open our market, we do everything, they will begin to sing. They were not disturbing market people, they were not disturbing transporters. But it comes to a point that security personnel, out of ignorance of the, those leaders then, instead of taking up a diplomacy, a carefully, diagnosed and digested wisdom to know how to handle this issue, what did they do? They began to use force on men and women that were only going out for peaceful demonstration. It is when they begin to crack down on these men and women that gave birth to what you see today. They decided we are not going to be going outside again to protest, because each time we came up to protest with our placard, we are being shot at. So instead of us being shot at, let the protest be sit at home. Let everybody remain indoor. These are what gave birth to this issue of sit at home. You cannot cover it. So I'm calling on the governor of Anambra State, in the person of Soludo, His Excellency. You are not part of the trouble that troubled the state now, but you inherited part of it now. By the virtue of you becoming a governor, you have inherited all the trouble that troubled the state. So my advice to you this morning or now is that use every power you have to roll out wisdom. Instead of rolling out guns the previous governor, that you taking over from, just like the one that is happening in Imo State. Instead of you to roll out gun, I will advise that you roll out wisdom. There can be a consultation that will be made. All these things will be over. Hello, you know there is a call that the people are making now, and you can't say that you don't have your ear, you are not listening to their cry, you don't know what they are demanding for, you don't know what they are saying. Now, because you have heard their voice, there should be wisdom on how to address whatsoever their grievances is, and that is what makes you a leader. And that is why using gun to want to pull down some this kind of agitation cannot be in our own favor. Even you as a governor, it cannot be in your own favor. Even we as a citizen, it cannot be in our own favor. I want you as well to still use that your power. Ask the government the same way you call that meeting in Sokomona. Call it in Sokondi Ochichi Owuwanyangu. You can call it in Soko Ochichi Ndi Ndu Owuwanyangu Nine. Call them. Let there be a deliberation. You people should mount pressure to that particular place where pressure is needed to be mounted on. Let the people get what they want from. And I still want to advise you, Governor, if you have the privilege or you think you can do that, I will advise you, you go to Abuja, visit your brother that has been held for months now. Let the people know that you are already on the track of bringing peace to the land. Whatsoever that happened to the state of Anambra will affect every other state. Just like what we see in Imo State now, you can see all the allocation that is going to Imo State. Hope Uzodinma will waste all the years, all the months in governor's house. He will not see any tangible thing. He will tell the people that this is what he has done as a governor. Do you know why? There is a lot of mistake in his leadership. And you cannot say, and because he has started in that manner, and he will keep fighting until he comes down. So, Mr. Governor, I wouldn't want you to make such mistake that Hope has made in Imo State. But when you begin with gun in Anambra, I believe you will fight till you come down as a governor of Anambra State. You will fight until you come down as a governor. So, I wouldn't want you to start with a fight. Start with a dialogue. Start with rubbing mind with your people. I think they are the people who gave you their mandate to begin to lead them as a governor. I think if they are the people who gave you their mandate, they can as well listen to you, you can as well listen to them. Mr. Governor, Your Excellency, Soludo, Professor Charles Soludo, Nwambafo, I am calling on you, listen to me this morning. Roll out wisdom, roll out wisdom, roll out understanding. Don't allow people who doesn't want peace to reign in the state that you are to govern to mislead you. I'm telling you, don't allow them to mislead you. Don't allow them to mislead you. I have no more to say this morning, but my message, I believe you have had it. Please share this program, connect it to groups so that let it get to our governor. We want peace in Anambra. We don't want what is happening in Imo State in Anambra. So Anambra, being a father, can take a step in making sure that they secure the release of Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. If you don't know that it is because of Mazi Nnamdi Okukano that what is happening in Igbo land is happening, it simply means you are just living in the moon. If you say to me that you don't know that the seat at home and whatsoever you are seeing now is because the way they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, it simply means you are living in the moon. So whosoever that can come it is that person that is fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. So I want you to use that same office of your Nzuko Muna to create a platform where everyone will see you're transparent of making sure that you are securing what makes Igbos Igbos. Because that is what we want. This is what we want. This is what we want. Sorry? This is what we want. If you cannot do that, that means you have failed. Your Excellency, Professor Charles Soludo, it's just an advice. I am not making it as a must, but it's just a piece of advice. If you can visit Mazi Nnamdi Okukano in that DSS dungeon, now if you can go into, agreement, because one thing I've come to realize, the reason why what you see today is happening now is that most of the governors of the eastern states that you see today they are falling prey of the Northerners, the Fulanis, because they believe that without Fulanis they can't become what they want to, what they wish to become. And that is why you see somebody like Dave Umahi. He doesn't care how many people that are being slaughtered in Ebonyi State. All what he wants is to become a president or vice president of Nigeria. That is all what he cares for. Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, he doesn't care what it takes or what is happening in Imo State or the number of deaths that people that are being killed in Imo State. All what he cares is that he remains the governor of Imo State. No, that is not what I said. I know that your own track will not be this way. So that is why I said, instead of you to begin to roll out armor tank to stop sit at home.
My word, that brings us to the end of this beautiful update. Do well to like this video, share and subscribe. The best thing for you to do is to join this family by smashing on that red subscribe button that says subscribe and turn on the bell icon for more latest updates. See you when I see you. From me to you, I say bye.